The real villain of Spider-Man Brand New Day might have been revealed by accident in a crazy set leak. And many people thought, okay, is it Mr. Negative? Is it Hobgoblin? Somehow, I don't know how the hell that would even happen. Scorpion? These are the ones that are confirmed, right? Scorpion. The fucking dude who throws those boomerang things. Boomerang. I'm stupid. Tombstone. Wilson Fisk has now been rumored to be pulling some strings as well as one of the villains. Savage Hulk is not the villain. He's been rumored, but he's definitely not the villain, especially after what I have just heard in the set leaks, okay? Symbiosis! A poster called with Symbiosis has been spotted on the set. I have no idea what the context of this would even be. I don't know why this is even a thing. But apparently down here, this is covering it, the writers of Venom have been referenced as well in this poster. If this isn't further confirmation that a symbiote is in this film, I don't know what the hell is. A symbiote is in Spider-Man Brand New Day and might be the villain. And it might tie directly into Venom. The Venom movie with Tom Hardy. So we saw that scene, that one of those post-credit scenes where I think Venom gets put into the Tom Holland Spider-Man universe. And this. I believe this is the symbiote we are going to see. That symbiote that was left over at the post-credit scene of Venom 2. After Tom Hardy's Venom gets flashed back to his universe, this symbiote is seen crawling into the ether. Now, we do see in Venom 3 that a soldier grabs onto the symbiote and takes it with him in the Venom universe. Which, when I first saw this, I'm like, wait, what the hell did Sony just do? Did Sony just retcon their own end credit scene, or Marvel's end credit scene, and screw everything up? But an explanation I've seen online, like if this isn't the symbiote that is going to be in this film, then what is it? Is it just a new symbiote? Are we just introducing a new Venom? Is that what's happening? But an explanation that I've seen is this is a mirrored scene from two different universes. So this is still a symbiote in Tom Holland's Spider-Man universe, the MCU universe as we know now. And this scene is a mirrored scene where the bartender, there's two variants of bartenders looking at two different variants of symbiote. Venom left his own symbiote in Venom 3. And then when he was in the MCU world, he also left his own symbiote there. It's so fucking stupid. It's so convoluted. Sony's such a mess. But that's what it is. So that is the real symbiote we're dealing with. And it's going to latch onto Tom Holland. Alright? Now, the only question is, when will Tom actually get the symbiote in the film? Is it going to be like Spider-Man 3, where he gets it early on, and then is able to break away from it, and it goes to another villain, and becomes Venom, and he has to fight that? Is it going to be the same thing? I don't think they're going to rehash the same plot. Do you? Would MCU do that? I don't know. But I think this is the perfect film to have the symbiote in. Because look at this. Look at this fucker's face. I've never seen a more depressed man who's trying to keep a smile on in his life. This guy might be the Joker. Peter is at his most isolated. Nobody knows who he is. He's depressed and angry after Aunt May died, and MJ and his friends don't even know who he is. He's at his most lonely state. He's going to want that symbiote like a fucking drug. It's the perfect match. Of course it's going to latch onto him at this point. Also, we know Venom knew of that dude. He knows of a Spider-Man. He knows of the Spider-Man because he says it. He's like, that guy? Who's that guy? Or something like that, right? He also says to Eddie Brock, there's so many things I can show you, Eddie. We know so much. Hinting at the hive mind. The symbiote hive mind exists throughout the multiverse. And Venoms from different universes all can see the same shit within the hive mind, right? That's how it works. So this Venom has seen Tom Holland Spider-Man. He's also seen different Spider-Men interact with symbiotes and seen their memories, right? He's seen all the memories of Spider-Man. So maybe it's established in this film that in every universe, there's a universal constant. The symbiote loves Spider-Man. It wants to diddy the fuck out of him. He wants Spider-Man in every universe. It's a toxic ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend relationship. And he wants Tom Holland Spider-Man now. He wants to complete that cycle because he loves the power of that Spider-Man, the emotion, the rage. And this might directly lead into a connection with Sadie Sink's character, who's a mystery character. I'm going to get to that later because that might be some crazy bombshell shit. Wilson Fisk. What's this guy up to? Everything that happens with the other villains is a side piece show to what's happening with the symbiote, okay? Wilson Fisk is running things with the Anti-Vigilante Task Force. He wants to eliminate heroes completely. He also has assassins that he's low-key under the table hired. Enhanced assassins that he can use to kill superheroes. Tarantula and Boomerang are a few of them. Maybe this is his own version of the Spider Slayers, who knows? And he wants Spider-Man gone. Scorpion might be one of these guys that he hires later on. Remember that tank in the behind-the-scenes set footage? Well, there is this logo on the tank. I thought this was Punisher's tank, but this logo completely threw that off. And when people saw this logo, they thought this was Mr. Negative's gang that Spider-Man's fighting. But no, Mr. Negative's not in this film. This could be a gang of another mob boss who might be a rival or working with Wilson Fisk, like Tombstone. And they're working hand in hand with the authorities to take down vigilantes. And maybe the tanks and all this technology is funded directly by Fisk to help other crime bosses and organized crime, like gangs, fight and kill vigilantes, so they can remove vigilantes from the equation, okay? That's where Punisher comes in, because he already fucking hates Fisk, he hates the anti-vigilante task force, and he sees what's happening. So he teams up with Spider-Man to stop them. But all this really is background noise for the ultimate arc in Peter's life, which is the symbiote. Okay? Him getting the symbiote is the main thing that will happen in this, and it all centers around when that will happen, okay? Because he's going through shit. He's got the anti-vigilante task force. Nobody knows who he is, and he has to fight off all these fucking villains. Scorpion, Boomerang, he's getting his ass whooped. This is the perfect time for the symbiote to come into the fray. He needs it. He needs to become Black Suit Spider-Man. And the symbiote is going to push him to be a murderer, a killer. It's going to want him to kill left, right, and center. Again, it all depends on when he gets a symbiote. But crazy arc for Peter is he already has an attempted murder on his rap sheet. He would have killed Green Goblin if Tobey Maguire didn't come in. He still has that primal rage in him, and the symbiote fucking loves this. It feeds off of it. So it's making him want to kill more. Every time he fights off a villain like Scorpion and beats the shit out of him with his newfound powers with the symbiote, he gets closer and closer to killing them. We've seen this in the comic books, right? That's why a guy like Punisher, who's crossed that line, is perfect. Don't do it, Red. Oh! That's exactly what Frank Castle's gonna do. Don't do it, Red! He's the perfect motivator. Now, personally, I think Daredevil would have been the perfect one, because Daredevil hasn't crossed that line, but he can relate to Peter the most because Daredevil has come to the precipice of almost killing Fisk 7,000 times. Who else would be perfect? Especially when Fisk is the main guy pulling strings behind this movie, right? But regardless, this is a sick potential mentor for Peter to have to stop him from killing. Telling him, bro, my family died. I've been killing people ever since. I'm a terrorist, bro. Don't be like me. Now, another rumor is that Hulk might be this mentor. Hulk also knows what it's like to fight against your dark side, right? So he might be coming into the fray to help Peter. I already think Professor Hulk is going to be one of the professors at Peter's college, making a cameo. Maybe he will help Peter later on, and that's how we see the rise of Savage Hulk, maybe fighting Black Suited Spider-Man. I don't know. But any one of them could be good mentors. I personally think Punisher should be, because I just want to see Punisher just fucking roast and yell at Spider-Man. Don't do Red! Don't be a pussy! Or he might call Peter a pussy for not doing it. Who knows? I don't think he would push Peter into killing, though. Because unlike Daredevil, I think Frank would still see that Peter's a kid, and he would not want to see Peter going to that dark side. The more and more he sees Peter venture into killing people, the more and more Punisher wouldn't like that. He'd be like, no, don't do it, man. Don't do it. So we will see maybe Peter breaking away from the symbiote, similar to how we've seen it in all these other stories, and it latching on to the person Peter tried to kill, which is Scorpion. Scorpion becoming the Venom of the story. Or maybe they don't go the predictable route that all these films tend to do when a Spider-Man gets a symbiote. Maybe they flip it. Maybe the symbiote that we saw at that end credit scene gets captured by somebody. Maybe it's Fisk. Maybe it's people working for Fisk. Maybe it's Trask Industries. I don't know. They have it, and maybe it escapes, and it goes to the villains first. So we see a Venom in this film fighting Spider-Man through the majority of it, and Spider-Man has to defeat it. Maybe with the help of the Punisher. Maybe, I don't think the Hulk's going to be there, but still. Maybe it goes on to the Hulk. Who knows? Fuck it. But it starts going on to villains. Maybe it goes into multiple villains. But he has to fight the symbiote first. Okay? He has to fight Venom, a Venom of sorts, first. And then his arc could be devious. Maybe Peter is having a good arc, but then things go astray. Maybe this movie flips the traditional formula on its head. Maybe people die and Peter is forced to beat Venom, and also, in the process of fighting Venom, they both get a sniff of each other. Venom likes what he tastes. Maybe Venom, when fighting this villain, whoever the villain is, Scorpion as Venom, the symbiote latches onto Peter for a second, and then it sees a glimpse of his power. He's like, oh, fuck, I want a piece of that ass. And Peter sees a glimpse of Venom on him, and he feels the power that Venom can give him, the symbiote, and he's like, shit, I like that. I like how I felt. And we see like a full-on allegory for fucking drug addiction takes place, where Peter defeats Scorpion and defeats the villains, but at a cost. The cost being his fucking sanity, because now he's allowed the symbiote in. It's like allowing a demon in, you know, into your household. Once you let it in, it's hard to go away. It's like gum. It stays with you. And Peter likes it. He likes it. So the movie could end with Peter's arc going in a dark direction, where instead of him traditionally and predictably getting the symbiote suit first and then ripping it off and goes to another villain, no, he fights a villain and then he gets it and he's like, oh yeah, I like this. And it ends with him being Black Suit Spider-Man and going too far potentially with some of his vigilanteing. Now people are starting to get brutally injured by him, more so than they ever have before. And we see the consequences. Punisher sees the consequences of him interacting with Peter, and Peter seeing how brutal of a hero he was, and now he sees Peter starting to go that same route, and he's like, oh fuck. And that's how it could end. That would be a crazy ending. A sick ending in my opinion. Now, Sadie Sink, Mayday Parker as people think she is. I don't know how the fuck this rumor popped up. How is she Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's daughter? I don't know how. Maybe she is. I do think she could be from another multiverse though. I think that she might have come from the same universe that Venom symbiote came from. She might have been a test subject there for one of these symbiotes and got a glimpse into the hive mind where she could see the multiversal Spider-Man that they saw, and that's how she knows where to find Tom Holland. Now how she got to his universe, I don't know. Maybe it happened during No Way Home. I don't fucking know. Maybe she got through one of the breaches, the multiversal breaches, and now is here to tell him about all the other Spider-Man that exist and tell him that something's coming, right? Maybe this is how you set up Null. Maybe she knows and sees all the Venoms interacting with different Spider-Man and can see, oh shit, there's something bigger coming, and maybe this will sets up Null. I don't want her to be just a setup for Null, but maybe her character can introduce him to the Spider-Verse first, and then maybe this is how we get a hint of Null coming through. That's what I think is going to happen, y'all. Maybe Sadie Sink is from a different universe and has seen all these different symbiotes interacting with all these different Spider-Man, and that introduction to the Spider-Verse is how we set up Null. Alright? Those are my thoughts on that. Bye!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.